The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse Ewing. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle, where you can access your full potential right now. Finally break free from destructive habits. That dream life, if you want it, you can have it. This is where you transform your health, mind, business, and relationships. Or do nothing and keep your life the way it is. But if you're ready for change, you're in the right place. This is where you're gonna learn how to live a habit-based lifestyle. You are tuning in to the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with your host, Jesse Ewing. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle. Let's go.
You see, we always wonder what is holding us back. We say things like, I don't know what's holding me back. I wish I knew. But today I want to talk to you about this one question. What is holding you back from the success that you ultimately want to achieve in your business? Or should I say this? What area of your life, body, being, balance, is holding you back from achieving the success that you want in your business and in life? Now, I want you to go through a little visualization. Close your eyes and imagine that your business, whatever it is, whether you go to work, you own your own business, you're an entrepreneur, it is simply a boat. And imagine this boat in the water, whether it's a lake, an ocean, and your business drives the boat. Now imagine there's three things coming off your boat. The ropes, and one of them is an anchor, and it keeps the boat from going full speed. Can you actually identify what this anchor is? What area? Can you expose yourself to show you what this area actually is? Body, being, balance, business. If you have multiple, or at least you tell yourself you have multiple, just identify one. The one that you think and know is holding you back to the most. Now imagine you identify this one area and you begin to lift the anchor. You begin to start pulling it up. Imagine you on the side of the boat and you begin pulling this up, and your boat begins and your production begins to change in your life. The pace of your life, the speed you play at, the way that you actually show up begins to change. And let's face it, no matter how powerful you are, when you are holding this anchor, when you are bringing it up, you can only go so fast. You can only go so fast when you have an anchor down. No matter how fast you are, how strong you are, how powerful that boat is, it will only accelerate so fast as long as I have my anchor down. Now, once you've identified this area, what I really want you to do is move into this other thing. So think about, there's two other areas. You have body, being, balance, business. You've identified the anchor. Now it's time for us to identify this accelerator, meaning if you just paid more attention to this area, it would actually give you more power and confidence and certainty in your day to begin to produce at a higher level in your business. Now, for me, 4 years ago, it was my balance. And at times, it's been my being. And when I begin to work on those things, my capacity begins to grow. My capacity in my life begin to expand. Now, this new daily power and confidence begins to accelerate your boat even more. It's almost like a turbocharger. And as you begin to do this, you feel more powerful in your business. You feel this confidence and you feel this certainty inside of your business to produce at a high level. But there's also one area. You see, you can't just speed up the boat and you can't just add this turbocharger to it without having to actually steer it and stay on course. You see, one of the hardest things to do as an entrepreneur, business owner, and producer is to stay on course. And in order for me to stay on course, I have to identify what is actually holding me back as the anchor and what actually is the accelerator. So as I begin to drive my boat, I can stay the course. Now, here's what I know. For me today, it's my body. It's one of the first things that I do every morning is get a workout because it keeps me grounded and it keeps me on course. Now, there's been times in my life where meditation has done that for me. But where I'm at in this specific place, it's giving me the most power and ability to stay on course is weaponizing my body every day as soon as I get to work. It also cuts out distractions. As I stay on course, I get less distracted. I have less things pulling at me. I feel more weaponized. And you may hear this topic come up quite a bit of being weaponized, but I want you to just simply think of it this way. Being weaponized means I'm able to hold off outside influences. I'm able to hold off outside things that are coming at me and trying to pull me in different direction. But my body is what must be weaponized because this is the gateway to everything else for me. This is how I start my day. And this has become a habit for me for the last 4 years. So here's the question for you. What's the one area of your life that's an anchor? What's the one area of your life where you feel like, hey man, if I do this, this is actually the accelerator for me? And what keeps you on course and grounded every day? And I ask you just to simply write these down. The simple lesson that I learned from this is when I expose my gaps in areas of my life, I become aware. And this awareness begins to change these areas. And I begin to take up small habits or small changes. For one of the things that I'm actually doing in my body right now, even if it's what keeps me on course, is I'm beginning to do more mobility work because in order for me to continue working out the way I want, I have to keep up on my joint health, which is something I have lacked. Also, just being intentional about when I get home at night, putting my phone down, making sure that I'm showing up for my wife and my kids. But I want you to look at this new habit of identifying these 3 key areas begins to assist you in building something greater for the future. It begins to assist you in not only speeding up this boat, speeding up and getting rid of this anchor, but also keeping you on course and keeping you grounded so you can get what you actually desire, not only in your life, but your relationships and your business. You see, one of the hardest things to do as a married businessman today is to actually be honest about where you're at and the things that you actually want and need to work on in your life. Because without these tools, without these habits, without these routines and systems, it's easy to go back to our old ways, our old patterns, and our old behaviors. I can't afford to do that. I don't know about you, but I can't afford to do that. And I'm going to work every single day to figure out a system, a set of habits, and to continue to evolve these to keep me on course and to keep me accelerating my life forward. So here's what I want you to do. If you find value today in this episode, please take a couple minutes, leave me a review. Shoot me an email if you have questions. If you just want to set up a 30-minute call just to talk, like I'm here for you. If you want to learn more about habit-based lifestyle and what this lifestyle is all about, go to my website, habitbasedlifestyle.com. If you want to email me at jesse@habitbasedlifestyle.com. I really look forward to hearing from you. I'll be back next episode with the next step in habits and building these to come. So until then, have a great day.
The purpose of this show is to guide you to realign with habits that get you to live the life you've always dreamed of. This is the Habit-Based Lifestyle Podcast with Jesse.